today,
Get a close-up of this mug.
it's not television, it's Montelevision. Hey everybody, welcome. Our first guest today is an Emmy award-winning talk show host whose daytime show was on the air for 17 years. I've been here 7, so I can't even imagine that. He's here today to help us all shape up. Please welcome back to our show, the very fit Montel Williams. Really good. You look super fit.
Thank you.
Nice to see you again, my friend.
Good to see you.
You know, I can't believe it, but we were chatting backstage today. Has it really been 14 years since you announced that you had MS?
Absolutely, 14 years. And what a roller coaster of a 14-year journey. I mean, I started off with this disease when I first was diagnosed. I'm gonna tell you, like everybody else who gets a diagnosis like this, it was, oh, woe is me, what am I gonna do? I succumbed.
Overwhelmingly frightening.
Overwhelming, and also almost lived down to the expectations of doctors.
Right.
You hear me what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Because I had doctors tell me, oh no, Montel, you have to stop exercising. Montel, you have to stop working. Montel, you have to stop all your stress. Oh, Montel, you've got depression. Oh, Montel, and I believed all this garbage.
Right.
And then all of a sudden I started to realize that, wait a minute, if they knew everything, maybe I wouldn't be sick.
Yeah.
Right? So they don't know everything.
What flipped the light switch for you? You know, what snapped you out of it? You know, because once somebody gets you depressed or you put yourself in that place, it always takes like almost like hitting a wall to knock yourself out of it.
It was really kind of crazy. When I finally realized, and this is really now 7 years ago, in my book that I wrote 5 years ago, which was Living Well, when I set about writing that book, I was setting about writing that book because I wanted to tell people the things that I was doing to help mitigate some of my symptoms. One of my symptoms is extreme neuropathic pain. Some of my symptoms is left side weakness. So I could have given up and now be in a wheelchair, but instead I went the opposite direction. I changed everything from my diet, the way I eat. I changed my exercise routine. I changed the way I live every day. It takes me 2.5 hours a day, every day, to work on MS. But that's the reason why right now, doctors told me 10 years ago I would be in a wheelchair. Now 10 years later, I'm not.
The kale, the dark leafy greens, the berries up here on the counter with the blender is a huge part of this, and I think just your ability to cope with the stress of a busy life or job, keeping yourself fit, trying to moderate your metabolism once you hit landmark birthdays like 40 and 50. It's so important to all of us.
How about the super one that the Food and Drug Administration has said to you, the National Institute of Health has said? These are nature's natural anti-inflammatories. The biggest problem in disease in this country is inflammation. With MS, inflammation is the nemesis. For a fact, fruits and vegetables reduce inflammation. So what I did long before you saw this on the shelves, guys, I'm telling you, for the last 7 years of my life, I liquefy 60 to 70% of what I eat every day. I eat 1 cooked meal a day. The rest of the day, I consume anywhere from 24 to 36 ounces of liquefied food, and it's always in the form of either raw fruits and vegetables, and on one occasion or another, I might make a raw avocado soup and put a piece of cooked chicken in it, but I will then blend that up and drink that. Why? Gut health. I'm reducing the inflammation in my intestines by putting liquid through it, so I'm not using the same amount of energy to digest my food.
Whether you're eating 1 or 2 or even 3 meals a day, getting dark leafy greens, kale, berries, all of these superfoods, high nutrient rich foods, that's a smart move for everybody's diet.
Everybody, everybody. No, whether it be MS or not.
Let me show you.
This is something that I'm so proud of you, because you work at this all the time by making sure you tell parents. Whoops. Sorry.
Let me get that, Montel.
That's me in my hands, I apologize. You tell parents all the time that they need to get fruits and vegetables into their children.
Smoothies are the easiest way to do it.
But watch this, you can stealth in vegetables in any smoothie you make.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna show you this for your children at home. This much, watch this. Stick that much, come on, put the rest of it in.
A little bit of the dark green
Put the dark green in the bottom, which is really great. Now I'm gonna use watermelon. I like watermelon. I drink watermelon juice every single day. A lot of pectin in it. Okay?
Delicious.
Watermelon juice, right? All right, let's throw in a little bit of pineapple. And also I'm a very, very messy cook. A little bit of pineapple, How about some green apples? Throw those in there. I like blueberries.
I love berries, yeah.
Throw those in there. And I call this my green fruit smoothie, but it ends up looking purple when you get done with a lot of berries.
Gotcha.
And you can put as much in. Now here's what's so cool about this. Get your kids in the kitchen with you.
Because then they have ownership of it. Yeah.
Correct. I call it stealthing in the vegetables. Then all you got to do, this one right here, and I'm glad you have a house full of ladies, because ladies, let me tell you something. You go to the department store and spend hundreds of dollars a month on fancy makeup and things to plump your skin. Coconut water is nature's perfect facelift while you sleep.
Wow.
Because while you sleep, it's the most hydrating liquid on the planet. It pumps your skin. Get a close-up of this mug, right here. And I'm sorry, I always say get a close-up because this mug turns 57 this year.
That is looking good.
Just want you to know. So, what you need to do, though, to do this, you need
Is it plugged in?
It's plugged in. You need
Okay.
a really nice, I just turned up the volume.
Yeah.
You need a nice high-speed blender like the Montel Living Well emulsifier. And then you cut it up. Now watch this.
Yeah.
Do this at home with another blender, it'll take you about 2 hours. Do it with this. Bang. Now I didn't ice this down, and here you go. There we go. Watch this.
Yummy.
Yummy is beyond belief. I know I can't give this to anybody in the audience.
You can give it to
messy,
me.
but I will give it to you. Watch
I've got a cold.
Take a taste.
I did my run though. I did my 5 miles at
That's
the gym.
over the top. And now there you go. Watch this.
Oh, delicious.
Do you taste the vegetables?
No. Just tastes like fruit.
So I know you talk about this all the time.
Delicious.
Getting kids to eat their vegetables. So this is called stealthing them in. You let your children come in and say, look, you can pick anything on this table you want, put guava, mango, anything up there, and then you just say, but you know what? I got to put a little bit of this in there. And you put whatever. I put spinach, I put kale, I'll put Swiss chard, anything. I put it in there.
So there's one there for you too, if you want. They made one earlier for you.
I appreciate that. And I should also say, I've served this now to over 7,000 wounded veterans across the country.
I love that.
Across the country.
So let's talk about the physical.
Yes.
Like yours better than.
No, I like them both. It's great. That's great.
So let's talk about what you do physically now to stay fit. You were just telling me you're planning your next snowboarding trip down to Chile.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that I've done since day one. Here's what happened. When I first got diagnosed, I'm extremely heat sensitive. So if the temperature got above 90 degrees, I couldn't go outside. So I started doing things in the wintertime, and I caught on the snowboarding. Well, from about 2000 to 2007, I was fine. I had an episode of MS in 2007.
Yeah.
Almost shut me down.
Is that how it happens?
Yeah.
You'll be great for a while,
Yeah.
and then...
You get smacked upside the head and you don't even know it's coming. I got hit with a bout, and it literally, I thought I was gonna have to quit snowboarding. Now, that tape you just saw was 2 weeks ago because...
That's great.
For the last 2.5 years, I've been involved in some really, really, really special research that's going on, experimental, around the world. But I'm here to tell you, the project that I'm working on right now, which is now partnered up with the federal government to work on FDA approval with this device.
Right.
In about 1.5 years, when I bring this to you, I'm going to change the face of traumatic brain injury. I'm going to change the face of brain injury on the planet, because what I'm working with is Nobel Peace Prize award-winning science.
Amazing.
But what do I do? You ran this morning.
Right.
This is, we have to understand, there's everybody in the country, Democrats, Republicans, everybody's complaining about the healthcare system
That's
in America
right. The
today.
best way to control the healthcare system is control your
Stop
health.
whining.
Yeah.
Because what we should do is understand that we could control the cost of healthcare if every American understood their responsibility for their healthcare footprint. Now watch mine. I'm a 57-year-old man with MS. I'm supposed to be, by the records, at the doctor's office at least 12 times a year. I should have been in a wheelchair. I should require so much additional care because of my illness. But instead, I take my butt to the gym 2 hours a day. I'm in it.
Yeah.
I commit to my illness 2 hours a day. That's eating, exercise, stretching, taking my medication on time. But because of that, I go to the doctor once a year.
I think that a lot of folks don't realize the power that they have over chronic illness. I have another great friend who's a wonderful chef. he fights his RA, his rheumatoid arthritis, with what he calls his superfoods and combining the right foods. So there's a lot that you can do to control of everything from type 1 and type 2 diabetes to RA to MS.
Osteoarthritis.
Can't cure it, but you can certainly change your footprint while you have it. And all of us need to be more responsible for health. I feel very ashamed that I didn't meaningfully exercise until I was like 40 years old, and it took surgery and me having to be quiet for, you know, literally months, of just scribbling on, I started working out of just frustration. And I feel so embarrassed now because it's such an essential part of my life now. I don't think right if I don't get to go to the gym.
But see, we all have to start thinking this way, because yesterday the word came out. Do you know that this year more people will die from obesity than will die from starvation?
And
do you
look
know
at the
that right now
epidemic among our kids
in America,
that we've been working on now for, it seems like,
yeah,
such a long period of time. But I think that it's just starting to level off now. There's little bits of good news here and there.
Hope.
Yeah,
hope. People are starting to pay
attention. Getting the kids into the
People
kitchen
are paying
is a big part of
attention.
that.
We know what we got to do.
So, we also wanted to give the audience a chance to get in on the conversation with Montel. Sure. So we have a couple of audience members that are ready to ask their questions. Charmaine is going to go first. Hi, Charmaine.
Hi, Montel. Hi, Rachel. My name is Charmaine.
Hi, Charmaine.
And I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis about 4 years ago at the age of 28. And my first symptoms were numbness in my right foot. And I thought it was nothing. I thought it would go away, so I ignored it. I'm wondering what your early symptoms were, and how do you live with the disease and maintain such an air of positivity?
See, this is the one thing I want to make sure everybody knows. I'm going to answer a question about MS, but this really applies to any illness. First thing you got to do, first thing I did when I was diagnosed, you need to become your #1 advocate, and the only way you can is to know everything you can. I read everything I could about MS to see what the broad spectrum was, and then I wanted to figure out what worked for me. Once I started figuring out what worked for me, then I just said to myself, you know what, I got a choice. I'm either going to get busy dying, or I'm going to get busy living. And I like the second half. So in the second half, I'm going to get busy living. So you got to make a commitment. And, you know,
Charmaine, you look great.
You look great.
Are you feeling well?
I feel pretty good. I'm on a good medication regimen, and I'm trying my best to take care of my health.
Yeah, you look very fit. Are you making time for exercise and watching your food?
That's one thing I need to work on. I'm doing better with the fruits and vegetables, but the exercise I need to get on.
One thing about this, though, and here I am so adamant, but please do not beat yourself up. This takes time.
Yeah.
Don't say it's going to be the best workout you've ever had. Just commit to, you know what, I'm going to go find something that feels right for me.
Okay.
17 days makes a habit.
That's true.
Bang.
Okay. I can do that.
Continued good health.
Yes.
So beautiful.
Absolutely.
Joey's got our next question. Hi, Joey. Welcome.
Hi, how's it going?
How are you, sir?
I'm 24. A few years ago, I started noticing that I was losing my hair. So I wanted to ask you, Montel, I wanted to know if you think I should do a pull-off Montel look and shave it completely bald.
Can I chime in on this just for 1 second?
Yes.
From a female standpoint, if you're a good-looking man, which you are, you're a good-looking man with or without hair. Some of the sexiest dudes out there, from Ed Harris to Andre Agassi to Montel, it doesn't matter a lick. Bruce Willis, doesn't matter a lick if you have hair. What doesn't look so great is when you try and hide it with the little hair hats.
Yeah.
We know. And
I'll never
so
do
it's a
that.
good thing you didn't do the hair hat thing,
Yeah.
but you are super hot. I don't think you have a
Thank
thing
you.
to worry about. Now let Montel give you
The only, is that your friend right beside you? Is that your friend beside you?
No.
You don't know, ma'am, will you do me a favor? Ma'am, will you do me a favor? Just stand up for a second and touch the back of his head. See if, are there any lumps back there?
No.
As long as it's not lumpy, my friend, cut it off. You know, I'm trying, look, I have to say this. What a lot of people don't know, and you can go ahead, go up and Google this yourself. I'm the first person to come on national television with a bald head.
Really?
And stay on that weight. You had Lou Gossett Jr.,
Yeah.
you had Telly Savalas to have a show of their own.
Look at you!
This is me in high school. But now here's my problem. I'm 16 here. I'm not kidding you. My mother's father was bald when he was like 20.
Wow.
By the time I was 21, I had the tracks all the way back to the back.
Right.
So I cut it all off when I entered the Naval Academy. And guess what? While at the Naval Academy, I ordered to grow hair.
Wow.
Because it was considered an eccentric haircut in the military then.
No kidding.
This is a long time ago. I'm going to date myself. But then After I graduated from the academy, I did it. So my head has been this way since 1981.
You made it cool for everybody else.
I think so. I'm happy. So rock that bald head, my friend.
It's good. You look good. Okay, so Mary has our last question. Hi, Mary.
Hi.
I'm Mary.
Hi, Montel. Hi, Rachel. I'm Mary. I'm 43 years old.
You look great.
And I try to work out every day, but abs is always a problem. And Montel, rumor has it, you have a six-pack. And I think all the ladies in the audience want to know how you got it and if you can show us those six-packs.
As soon as she started with the word ab, I'm like, oh, I know where this is going.
Let's see, okay, now I will, but I have to say and preface this. Well, preface this by saying that the intention to get in shape isn't, I don't think, should be for six-pack abs. You should just want to get in shape.
Yeah.
And as you get in shape and you do the right exercises,
and she's there.
You're there.
You want to stay on top of it.
You're
I
there.
do.
So the
I
only
do.
thing you really have to do is a couple of certain exercises I'm going to show you when we come back.
Okay.
But if
You
you want
promised
them,
the lady. Go ahead. Go ahead.
all right, here we go.
Daytime. Montel's gonna stick around. Hey, Mary. Why don't you come on down when we come back from break? He'll show you how he gets his abs done.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, Mary and Montel. And this is Mary, and before the break, he gave us a look at his six-pack because Mary asked for a peek-see. Mary wanted to know how he got his abs to look that way. So, well, now we're gonna see.
And what it is, this is really, for me, the secret. One of the problems I have with MS is because I have a little difficulty in mobility. Sometimes it's hard for me to get up and off the floor. I don't like laying on my back. And so when I saw this, this is based on a professional piece of equipment that was in gyms for about 15 years. And then what they did was they made a smaller at-home use piece. The one in the gym is this big.
Bless you.
This one. But this is made out of gym quality steel. I've had one of these in my apartment building where I live. And we have it in the gym, and 90 people use it a day, and this thing has been there for 2.5 years.
Wow.
So first off, it's something you can buy at home, but the reason why it works so well is because it's the knee-up motion that you see when people are hanging from rings,
when they get
bringing
on
the
the
legs
thing,
up.
and you have
Watch
to pull
this.
your legs
But
up.
now
I do
you
that
get to
with
do
the-
it.
with the ball behind you, you have to pull your
Watch
legs
this. You
up.
get to do this way. So now, as I bring my knees up, as I'm bringing my knees up, it seems really simple. Oh, Montel, this is so easy to do, right? Well, now, I gotta tell you something. I do this every day, so I'm doing, and then you can get it, you can use it aerobically. But let me show you how simple this is. Because having never, having never done this before, all you have to do is put your elbows here, kneel down on the pad, kneel down on the pad, bring your knees a little bit further forward.
Okay.
Right here. Now, here's how this works. 3 different ways. Right now, you're sitting up high.
Yes.
So as you sit up high, if you pull your knees all the way up to this, as high as you can, pull your knees up. Higher, higher.
She's like, it hurts.
I know, right? Now, where'd you feel that? You feel that low,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Sit down on your heels.
Okay.
Put your elbows back here again.
Okay.
Put your elbows in that hole, and you're sitting on your heels. Now bring your knees up. Now bring your knees up this way.
Wow.
Bring it up. Swerve right there. Come on. Here we go. Ready? I'm gonna help you. Keep going. Now.
It looks really hard. Is it hard?
Well, but you know what? It seems...
A little.
It's
But
not-
it does give you extra help.
It does, but let me show you something. What seems like it's hard is because she's just got to get used to the motion.
I'm wearing jeans, too.
And she's wearing jeans. But the motion is, when my body's up this high, as I bring my knees up, I'm working on my upper abs.
Yeah.
If I lower my butt down, bring my knees up, I'm working on my lower abs.
Wow.
Oh, so
Let's
it's
stay
about
right in the
how
middle.
high your haunches are.
Right, stay in the middle. I'm working my
The whole
whole front part. Now I can turn
Is
sideways.
there any way you can adjust it if you're short?
Well, you know what? You can adjust it just by moving your body on it, even
Oh,
if
I
you're
got
right.
you. I got you.
I don't want you to do a whole rep, because you don't feel good.
All right.
Kneel up.
I already did my time.
She's been hers today. Come on, can we show you? But this,
I already did my time in the gym. It's not fair.
bring your knees forward just a little bit. Your knees forward a little bit. Now just bring your butt up. There you go. Slowly, slowly. That's it. That's it. Now think about this. But think, if you had this in your living room and the television's there, You could do this. I've gotten this up to the point to now where I can get in an hour 1,000 reps.
Wow.
You know what? That's like an anchor man when he's working on his guns and he's like 999, 1,000.
Well, but
you seriously do that for a solid hour?
I do, but you know, because you can get an aerobic workout out of it, so I don't have to get on the treadmill that day. I can do this and just continue to do this as an anaerobic workout, so I'm working my cardio, I'm also working my abs, and I'm also stretching out my lower back. Yeah. Because for a lot of people, as you get older, you have a little back problem, you don't want to be on the floor yanking on your neck. All I'm doing right now is very gently, you got to talk to your doctor before you do this, but look, I'm not extending my back. I'm just
working
stretching.
Your back muscles.
I'm working my back muscles as well. So, great piece of machinery. This, #1 rated piece of equipment on QVC for at-home use.
I love QVC. I'm a QVC girl. I'm a QVC girl.
There you go.
All right, so that might be a little bit big for the carry-on or the trunk for you guys to take one home. But Montel is a giver. He did bring the Health Master Blender for everybody. The truck for all you guys watching at home too. You can go online for a chance to win one. And up next, man, he might be one of the scariest and sexiest guests we've ever had. He plays a very convincing serial killer on a show I'm obsessed with. The following, James
it's my
Purfoy is
show.
here next.